Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, now, women's the NCAA tournament. Did you see the games last night? I didn't.
I did
not. I watched a little bit of UConn and USC.
Yeah, UConn beat USC 78-64, and Texas beat TCU 58-47. So the Final Four is set: UConn, Texas, UCLA, and South Carolina.
Let's go Gamecocks. Play Friday against Texas.
What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, it is the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's also April Fool's Day. But do you know where April Fool's Day came from?
No, but as soon as I walked in, one of our co-workers here just screamed out, April Fool's Day. It's like, yo, you got to do a joke first, idiot.
So the gag is, well, neither do I, but that part remains unclear as far as where it actually came from. But historically, it does date back to the 14th century in France, when April 1st was initially celebrated as New Year's Day prior to the creation of the Gregorian calendar. And when that changed New Year's Day to January 1st in the Gregorian calendar, those who didn't know about the change were called fools, and so people played tricks on them, and that's a little bit of the backstory.
Oh, okay, that's a little cute little fact.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the real joke. No, just kidding. But as I mentioned yesterday, President Trump said he is not joking about serving a potential third term. During a phone call with NBC News, Trump was asked about joking multiple times, asked about joking multiple times about serving 3 terms, to which he replied it wasn't a joke. Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president is focused on serving his current term, but there are methods that can make a third term happen, so they say. So let's hear more from White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
It's funny to me that journalists ask the president this question, he gives an honest and candid answer, and then they spiral about his answer. It's been a very, very successful couple of months, and the president will continue to forge ahead to deliver on all of the promises he made to the American people.
Except for the grocery prices, though, right, Charlamagne? You keep mentioning that one.
Man, I already told y'all. I told y'all yesterday, if Trump is saying he wants to serve a third term, then that's what's going to happen. He's not saying he's going to run again. He's saying he's going to serve a third term. So y'all can be out here screaming, well, that means Barack Obama can run again. If Trump is saying he's going to serve a third term, the fight is already fixed. Okay? We're not flirting with fascism no more. We knee deep in it.
So, yeah, Trump did say there are methods for making it happen, and said
why
that
is that normal, though?
That's not.
It's like, why is everybody just treating that like it's normal?
Nothing.
No.
It's not normal at all. In fact, we'll get into what's not normal a little later in front page news in the 7 o'clock hour. Cory Booker has some comments. But Trump said there are methods for making it happen, and he said a lot of his allies want him to, but he tells them there's a long way to go as far as it is early in his administration. And, of course, as I mentioned before, serving 3 terms, as of right now, is prohibited by the Constitution under this 22nd Amendment.
Well, you know, he's been wiping his ass with the Constitution for a while, but this is not just wiping his ass with the Constitution. He's showing you the doo-doo on it.
God.
Seriously, if everybody's okay with, him saying things like that and then eventually him doing it, it's over. American democracy as we know it is a wrap.
But what can somebody do to him, though? Like for saying those things, or for even alleging that we will never have to vote again. Like, what is somebody doing? Like, what can somebody? Yeah, nobody can do nothing about that.
The actions that can be done have to be done in court or in Congress, essentially. So that's where we are right now, and that's essentially what is happening. It's a lot of executive orders being signed, a lot of reversals, a lot of judges being involved, and so yeah.
But what are them old ass people doing in the U.S. House, like the House of Representatives? Like they just be like, yeah, okay.
That's what they
So
do.
you guys do know that the Trump administration tomorrow will mark what President Trump is calling Liberation Day. I like to call it Tariff Tuesday, even though it's on a Wednesday. So the new reciprocal tariffs are set to take effect tomorrow against Canada, Mexico, China, and the European Union. And Trump is expecting $5 trillion in U.S. investments after his tariffs take effect. He said foreign car makers have been flooding the U.S. market. Let's take a listen to President Trump.
Because that word reciprocal is very important. What they do to us, we do to them. If you look at Canada and Mexico, they were driving hundreds of thousands of cars into the market because they avoid the tariffs by doing it before the tariffs go on, which would be Wednesday.
Yeah, so over the weekend, while speaking to NBC, the president said at that time he couldn't care less if automakers raised their prices due to the implementation of his 25% tariffs on foreign-made automobiles. In fact, he hopes they do, so people will start buying more American-made cars. And he also said that the imposed tariffs, well, they will be permanent. So remember how he kept rolling them back, giving another chance? Well, nah, he said this time is the time. So that's your front page news for 6 a.m. At 7 a.m., like I said, we will talk about what is going on in Congress, Jess. We'll get to that.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan. And I think what people are saying that they're going to start buying used cars because it won't affect the used cars as much. So people are going to start buying used cars, and those new cars are going to be sitting right in the dealerships.
Hey, find those workarounds, please.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Yeah, so what's up is it's going to be a busy week for the government, basically. So the Supreme Court could rule this week on several emergency applications related to President Trump's executive orders. Those include the deportation of Venezuelan gang members under the Alien Enemies Act. Trump wants the high court to lift a federal judge's restraining order that blocks the removals. Justices may also decide on a lower court's ruling requiring the government to reinstate millions in the Department of Education grants. Additionally, a ruling could come down soon on the firing of thousands of probationary federal employees. So we are on SCOTUS watch this week to see what takes place with those cases and those rulings. Meanwhile, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker spoke on the Senate floor yesterday, and he criticized President Trump and, of course, the first friend, Elon Musk. Senator Booker says America's elected leaders have a job to do, and he made it clear of his intention to disrupt the normal business of the United States Senate for as long as he is physically able. Let's take a listen to New Jersey Senator Cory Booker's comments on the Senate floor yesterday.
These are not normal times in America, and they should not be treated as such. I can't allow this body to continue without doing something different, speaking out. The threats to American people and American democracy are grave and urgent, and we all must do more. We all must do more against them. So many heroes before us would say that this is the time to stand up, to speak up. This is the time to get in some good trouble, to get into necessary trouble.
Get in good trouble, necessary trouble, and redeem the soul of America. That's a quote from the late, great Congressman John Lewis. So
what does that look like, though? What does it look like? I mean, I hear Cory talking, and I like what he's saying, but what does that look like?
Well, what he went on to say that he repeatedly attacked what he called the Trump administration's reckless actions and warned that the nation is in crisis. He insisted that the president has inflicted harm after harm on American safety, financial stability, and the foundations of democracy and any sense of common decency. As far as what it looks like, you're right. It's a matter of the Democratic Party rallying and figuring that out. You know, what does that look like? Getting on the same page and moving forward as a collective unit is certainly something that needs to happen, right?
So nothing, just more rhetoric.
Basically what you're saying is until you actually see some action, then right now it's just all
because I keep hearing all of them say we need to do something, and these are not normal times. We know all of this, but what is the game plan? Like, what are they doing? Like, what is the action?
Right now, it seems as though it's just a matter of fighting in those courts, fighting those court cases, fighting in Congress, and that seems to be it right now from where I'm standing and what I'm seeing.
Gotcha. So nothing. We understand.
Let me bring things home to you guys in New York. There's a growing sense of outrage and calls for change in Brooklyn after a black teenager was targeted in a racist attack at a subway station. Now, the victim's mother was joined by supporters, including civil rights activist Reverend Kevin McCall at the Coney Island Stillwell Avenue station on Friday. Let's take a listen to Let's take a listen to their protest.
Let me just make this clear. The police department precinct is in this subway station. That's right. So where were they to provide safety?
Yeah, so basically what happened, police say that a gang of teens from Uzbekistan, white teens, punched and kicked and threw bananas at a 16-year-old Dakari White, who is black, while yelling racial slurs. This happened about a week ago. Now, Dakari's family says the assault left him traumatized.
Got props? They throwing bananas?
Yeah, crazy.
And his mother is also calling for more arrests. There was one teen who was arrested and charged with assault, but his family, Dakari's family, is calling for more arrests and more to be done. So here we go with these types of situations.
Now, as they should, because if it was any other ethnic group, they would be looking for those people, sun up, sun down, trying to find those people. If it was the LGBTQ community, they would be looking sun up and sun down for those individuals.
Throwing bananas at a gay man after you beat him up would be crazy.
Oh my God.
That would be insane.
So the fact that they did that to this young man and threw bananas at him and racial slurs, they should be looking sun up and sun down for these individuals. They should be.
And absolutely. I'm shocked in New York City with all the cameras and everything everywhere, they haven't found these people yet. Because that's a very distinct crime. You using props, throwing bananas?
True.
And we know what the slur. We know the slur. We know they probably was calling him a monkey if they throwing bananas.
Of course.
So that's, to me, that's also premeditated.
Yeah, they had to go buy them. Like nobody just walking around with a bunch of bananas. They had to go buy them.
That's true.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say, Jess. Well, that's your front page news, y'all. And I will continue to keep you guys posted. Make sure you're following me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank y'all.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.